So we've looked at some of the obvious methods for recovering your files from local file systems, from network file systems, and also from cloud service providers. In this section, we'll move along and look at the different types of other tools that are available for recovery. We're going to concentrate on three different categories of tools. Tools that are supplied by vendors, your own tools and resources, and also tools and resources provided by law enforcement. Let's have a look at vendor-supplied tools. A big problem with ransomware is that once you've become a victim and your files have been encrypted by ransomware, there's very little that you can do. A lot of vendors are focusing on prevention. They're providing various different tools to help detect and block ransomware from executing. However, in this section, we're focusing on this scenario where your files have already been encrypted. One of the most effective tools that you can use are some of the decryptors or decryption tools that have been provided by the major anti-malware and antivirus vendors. For a large number of ransomware variants now, there is a number of tools available that will be able to decrypt the files. Different vendors have different tools, so you will need to search through various different vendors' websites to find the tool that suits your variant of ransomware. There are other tools such as VirusTotal and Malware. These tools are used for identifying the variants and the specific malware version that has infected your computer. They won't remove the malware, but they will allow you to perform things like file analysis and checksum comparisons so that you can more easily identify the ransomware that infected your computer. Looking at your own resources, it's always good to remember what you might have in your own organization to help. Backup systems are the primary successful method of recovering from a ransomware attack. There's nothing really exciting about a backup system, or indeed running backup jobs regularly, but when it comes to recovering from ransomware attack, they're frequently the fastest, most reliable and effective means of recovering data. Now would be a good time to review your backup solution to ensure you have high level of confidence and all critical data is included in the backup jobs. The Volume Shadow Copy service that we discussed earlier in the module is a key tool to have at your disposal. If you don't have VSS shadow copying enabled, you should consider enabling it, at least for critical systems or critical PCs. There is no guarantee that the shadow copies will remain once the ransomware has struck, as a lot of variants of ransomware look for this protection and disable it before they infect the machine. However, it's worth enabling on the off chance that the ransomware you get hit with does not disable the shadow copies and you can easily recover. Also, offline folders might provide some level of protection. You need to weigh this up with the extra cost and potentially extra risk of synchronizing files from your network file share to local PCs. You may not want to do that for all data, but if you do have people who are traveling using laptops and you do enable offline folders for certain data, it may provide you with an option of recovering data if the main network server does become victim of the ransomware attack. Replication is another very easy control that can help save things when a ransomware attack strikes. Offline folders is a type of replication. However, for replication to be effective, there needs to be some delay in the configuration, because once you have a file that's been encrypted by ransomware and your replication detects the change, it's most likely going to replicate that infected file and overwrite the cleaned file that was on your replication target. However, if you do have a delay inbuilt in your replication system, this might save some valuable hours so that you can still access the previous version before replication overwrites that file. From the law enforcement, surprisingly for ransomware, there is a large initiative underway, driven mainly by Europol, to help victims of ransomware. This initiative is centered around a shared website called nomoreransom.org. This project is a joint cooperation between Europol's European Cybercrime Centre, Kaspersky Lab, Intel Security, and other IT security vendors and government organizations. Let's jump in and have a look at exactly what's contained on the nomoreransom.org website.